Okay, I found out there's another Puppet Master movie that came out this year. Now, I'll be honest. I've been burned by the last, well, let's see now, Curse of, Retro, Legacy, versus Demonic Toys. Yes, the past 4 have kind of sucked. But Puppet Master, Axis of Evil, kind of takes it back to what made the series good. Puppets killing Nazis. Now, this one has a lot of setup to it. I mean, a lot of setup. You really don't see puppets moving at all until like a half an hour into the movie. It begins with the scene where Toulon kills himself, which is what you see in Puppet Master 1, and hides the puppets. A furniture maker, or furniture repairer, who has polio, so he can't serve in World War II, happens to, hear the gunshot, goes in, checks on him, and sees 2 American Nazi compatriots, or conspirators, whichever one it is, leave. I had to watch the scene where he finds the puppets like 3 or 4 times. Because for the life of me, I could not figure out how he's like, oh, false wall panel. How did... I'm assuming since he worked there, he might have known about that, but I didn't get any sort of correlation between him seeing the body and then like immediately walking over where the puppets were. So they did a lot with, him and the fact that he can't go off to war. People more or less saying you can't go off to war because you're not gonna lie, you're not gonna die for your country. His like super I can't wait to go over there and kill me a bunch of Kraut's brother. His girlfriend who works in such an army ammunition plant takes a while before he actually finds out like, oh okay, he starts repairing some of the dolls. And then he finds out, oh, what's this serum doing? This is a weird hole in the back. He turns on Jester. He's like, oh, now your puppet works. Awesome. He then ends up finding out that a guy who's hitting on his girlfriend at work, this is where it gets complicated, because we really haven't had puppets kill anybody yet, is actually one of the Nazis who went to go kill Toulon. But he's an American Nazi. The 2 of them join forces with the Japanese madam. She is the worst actor in this whole movie. And she runs, of course, a kabuki house in Chinatown, where the kid with polio and his brother and mother live. He ends up reanimating Blade, Tunneler, Pinhead. He's already got Jester. And after his brother is killed, takes a syringe of his brother and starts Ninja. Yes, Ninja is a crudely designed puppet who just sneaks and throws ninja stars. They do have an Easter egg in there where they do show a bunch of arms, and he's like, oh, look at this. Look at these little guns. And it's 6-shooter. So there's a damaged 6-shooter. When he finally finds out where they are, he sends puppets in to kill them. So they kill 2 Japanese and 2 essentially Nazi sympathizers. And since you only have, like, the 3 people in his family, the 2 Nazis, the 2 Japanese guys, the madam, and his girlfriend, that's it. Oh, and like one other person. You got like a 10-person crew. So each person gets a certain level of development. It does that with a cliffhanger, though. The Japanese madam doesn't die. And she escapes with a bag full of puppets. So, the kid with polio has a few puppets. The Japanese madam has the other ones. So if they go on with this storyline, which there are only 2 Puppet Master movies that are at all consecutive, that is 4 and 5, we might finally get to see Puppet Master puppets, like Blade, Ninja, and Jester, actually take on Toulon's other puppets. And to me that sounds pretty interesting. We've seen puppets take on the dolls, puppets take on the totems, but never the puppets fight their own puppets. If they go on with that, good. This is good from a Puppet Master standpoint. This isn't like an awesome movie. It's not like you're going to see, like Schindler's List style acting. But it's done well. And it really does rinse the bad taste out of your mouth from the previous, 4 Puppet Master movies. Or depending on how much you hated them, 4 on up. And it looks like if they decide to go with another one, and keep the same, thought process going, this could probably be one of the few times you'd have 2 consecutive Puppet Master movies and have them both actually be very good from a full moon standpoint. And that is Puppet Master Axis of Evil. If you've liked all the others up to this point, this one actually fairly solid. It feels kind of like a period piece with puppets thrown in that occasionally kill Nazis and Japanese conspirators during World War II.